Tape script 7.9. Word stress. Two-syllabled nouns and adjectives. Nouns.
Danger, kindness, critic, artist, difference.
Adjectives.
Dangerous, healthy, friendly, famous, different.
Two-syllabled verbs.
Invite, explain, discuss, employ, decide, compete.
Nouns ending in shun.
Invitation, explanation, competition, ambition, decision.
Tape script 7.10. David Taylor Buse.
I come from Newcastle in England, but now I live in Perth, Australia. I've been here nearly 10 years. My wife, Jodie, is Australian, and our children, Russell and Alice, were born here. Alice is named after my grandmother, her great-grandmother, Alice Buse. She's 89 now and still lives in Newcastle. Lately, I've become really interested in my family history back in the UK. I've started speaking to my grandmother about it. I've found out that she was the youngest of 9 children and the only one to have been born in England. Her 8 brothers and sisters were all born in Scotland. They came from the very north of Scotland, from some islands called the Orkneys. They worked there as farmers over 100 years ago. My grandmother told me that hundreds of years before that, our family's ancestors were actually Norwegian. They came over to Scotland in the 9th century. She says that's why we all have blonde hair in our family. Anyway, it became more and more difficult for my great-grandparents to make a living farming, so they travelled south. They finally arrived in the north of England, in Newcastle, with their 8 children. Alice was born soon after they arrived.
Tape script 7.11. Talking to Grandma.
So, Grandma, your parents were both born in the Orkney Islands, is that right?
Yes. My mother was called Jane. She grew up there, and she married when she was just 17.
And you were her 9th child?
Yes. I was the only one born in England. Times were really hard for my mother. You see, my father died when I was 3. I can't remember him at all.
So what did your mother do?
She worked as a cleaner and a dressmaker.
She had 2 jobs and a big family.
Oh, yes. She was an amazing lady. But my 2 eldest brothers, they got work in the shipyard, so that helped too. All my brothers and sisters have died now. I'm the only one left.
I know. Did you marry young, Grandma?
Oh, no. I didn't marry until I was 22.
That's still young.
It wasn't unusual in those days. And I had only 3 children.
But now you have lots of grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
I do. They live all over the world, not just in Australia.
I know. I have cousins in New Zealand and America. But Cousin Peter still lives near you, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He helps me keep in touch with you all with this Skype thing.
Yeah, this Skype is amazing, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I love it. I talk to all my grandchildren, and I've seen all my great-grandchildren. I email sometimes too. Email, Skype and texting. It's all really wonderful, isn't it?
It is, Grandma. It's just great talking to you. I've got lots more questions for next time.
Tape script 7.12. Question tags.
It's really wonderful, isn't it? You come from Scotland, don't you? Life wasn't easy then, was it? You've lived in England for years, haven't you?
Tape script 7.13. It's a lovely day, isn't it? 1.
It's a lovely day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Beautiful.
We all love days like this, don't we?
We certainly do.
2.
Mummy, our cat isn't very big, is she?
No, she isn't. She's just a kitten.
And she loves fish, doesn't she?
She does. It's her favourite food.
3.
We had such a good holiday, didn't we?
We did. We had a great time.
And it wasn't too expensive, was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't expensive at all.
4.
The baby looks just like her mother, doesn't she?
Uh-huh. Same blue eyes, same nose.
But she's got her father's blonde hair, hasn't she?
Yes, she's very fair.
Tape script 7.14. 1.
It was a great party last night, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I really enjoyed it.
2.
Dave knows everything about computers, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He can fix them and program them.
3.
You went to school with my brother, didn't you?
Yes, I did. We were really good friends.
4.
Learning a language isn't easy, is it?
No, it isn't. It needs a lot of practice and patience.
5.
Our English has improved a lot, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. We're all much better now.
6.
We haven't had a break for ages, have we?
No, we haven't. It's time for one right now.
Tape script 7.15. 1.
It's horrible weather today, isn't it?
Awful.
The rain makes you miserable, doesn't it?
Yep. And wet.
Never mind. We need the rain, don't we?
I suppose so.
2.
It's so romantic here, isn't it?
Yes, it's beautiful.
And the sea looks so inviting, doesn't it?
I think I'll go for a swim before breakfast. I've got time, haven't I?
Of course you've got time. We're on holiday, aren't we?
3.
You don't like Anne, do you?
She's all right.
But you didn't talk to her all night, did you?
Well, she was talking to Jim, wasn't she?
She's very interesting, actually.
But she never listens, does she? She just talks and talks and talks.
4.
I'd love to buy that car.
But we haven't got any money, have we?
I thought we had lots.
But we spent it all on a new kitchen, didn't we?
Oh, yes, so we did. Never mind.
We can save up, can't we?
OK.
5.
We had a lovely holiday, didn't we, Dave?
We did. It was very relaxing.
And the weather was marvellous, wasn't it, Dave?
Yep, we were very lucky.
And we met some nice people, didn't we, Dave?
We did. Charming people.
6.
Kate Burton's a fabulous actor, isn't she?
Very good.
And she's got such a good voice, hasn't she?
Yes, it's amazing.
She can hit the highest notes, can't she?
Yep. I don't know how she does it.
7.
We love each other very much, don't we?
We do.
And we want to get married one day, don't we?
One day, yeah.
And we'll have 6 children, won't we?
Yeah. 6. That's right.
8.
That was a terrible match, wasn't it?
Awful. Waste of money.
Albertino played really badly, didn't he?
He was rubbish. He didn't do a thing right all night, did he?
We deserved to lose, didn't we?
I'm afraid so. I don't know why I support them.
Unit 8. Tape script 8.1. Interview with Tilly Parkins.
Tilly, I'm sure you have to be very fit and strong to go climbing. How often do you have to train?
I don't have to train every day. Just 2 or 3 times a week. That's enough. I go to the gym. At the weekend, I try to get out of the city onto rock, but sometimes I have to work at the hospital.
What do you do at the hospital?
I'm a cardiac technologist. I help doctors treat people with heart diseases.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. The photograph of Moon Hill Crag is amazing. Was it a difficult climb?
Difficult and very beautiful.
I can see that. It's like a painting. What time of day was it?
It was just after dawn. I had to climb very early in the morning. You can't climb later in the day. It's too hot. Over 35 degrees Celsius.
Who took the photograph?
A brilliant sports photographer called Adam Pretty.
He's a brave man.
Oh, he didn't have to climb with me. He took the photo from a nearby tourist spot.
Wise man. Rock climbing is such a dangerous sport, and you've climbed in some of the most difficult places in the world. Why do you do it?
It's what I love doing. It's my life. It's who I am.
Tape script 8.2. 1.
How often does she have to train?
2 or 3 times a week.
2.
Does she have to work at weekends?
Yes, she does sometimes.
3.
Why did she have to climb Moon Hill Crag just after dawn?
Because later it gets too hot and you can't climb in the heat.
4.
Did Adam have to climb the rock?
No, he didn't. He took the photo from a tourist spot.
Tape script 8.3. Pronunciation. 1.
I have a good job. I have to work hard.
2.
He has a nice camera. She has to train a lot.
3.
We had a good time. We had to get up early.
Tape script 8.4. Advice from Annie.
Dear Mark, good preparation is the answer. You must prepare well and practice a lot. The first 30 seconds are the most important. You should begin with a personal story. It will relax you and the audience. You should write your speech down, but I don't think you should read it aloud to the group. Just make notes to help you remember it. For more help, you should visit speechtips.com. Dear Paula, more and more people worldwide have become addicted to this. He must get professional help, but this is difficult because he won't accept that he has a problem. I think you should show him this letter and visit the website olganon.org. Tell him firmly that he must change his ways or he'll lose his wife and family. Talk to all your friends and family about the problem. You shouldn't suffer alone. Dear Billy, these feelings are very common between brothers and sisters. I'm sure your parents love you and your brother just the same, so you shouldn't worry about this. When you're older, you'll get your own phone and your own clothes. You must talk to your parents about how you feel. And you shouldn't feel jealous of your brother. He's older than you, that's all. Dear Tracy, the fact is that to get to the top in sport, you have to train very hard indeed. You should talk to someone else about your doubts. I don't think you should listen to just your friends. You should explain how you feel to your coach and your mother. However, in the end, the decision is yours and yours alone. You must decide your own future.
Tape script 8.5. Giving advice. 1.
I can't sleep at night.
You must do more exercise during the day. Why don't you walk to work? And you shouldn't drink so much coffee just before bedtime.
2.
I don't like my brother's new girlfriend.
I don't think you should tell your brother. I think you should try to find some good things about her.
3.
I've got an important exam tomorrow, and I'm really nervous.
I don't think you should study any more today. You must get a good night's sleep tonight. Don't worry.
Oh.
I'm sure you'll pass, and if you don't, it's not the end of the world.
4.
A boy in my class is bullying me.
You must tell your teacher, or ask your mum to talk to the teacher.
5.
I'm hopeless at all sports.
You shouldn't worry about that. Lots of people aren't very sporty. Think about all the things you are good at.
6.
I fell over and I think I've twisted my ankle.
Ooh, it looks bad. You must go to the doctor, or better still, A&E, and ask for an X-ray. I'll drive you. I don't think you should walk on it.
7.
My computer's behaving very strangely.
Mine does that all the time. You should do what I do. Turn it off, wait a while, then turn it on again. It's the only thing that ever works for me.
8.
My car's making a funny noise.
It sounds bad. You shouldn't drive it. You must ring the garage.
Tape script 8.7. Brothers and sisters. 1. David.
I'm one of 3 brothers. I'm the middle one. There was just Mark, my older brother, and me for years. I liked that. I liked being the baby. But then Rob was born when I was 7, and I was so jealous. I thought he was our mum's favourite. We had lots of fights as kids, but now it's great. I'd like to have at least 3 kids. 3 boys like us would be great.
2. A girl called Peter.
My mum and dad called me Peter when I was born because they wanted a boy. Then they had 4 boys after me. I don't like being the eldest of so many boys, and I don't like my name. I'm going to change it to Petra when I'm 18. I quite like the baby, Henry. He's everybody's favourite. But I hate the others. They're annoying and very boring. All they do is play noisy computer games and talk about football. I don't want any children when I grow up. Well, maybe one daughter.
3. Stuart.
I'm an only child. My mum and dad divorced when I was just 3 years old, so I grew up with just my mum. I love my mum, but I didn't like the situation. I was her whole world. This was difficult for me. Then, when I was 13, she married again, and that was difficult too. It took me a long time to get on with my stepdad. He's really nice, but I was jealous of him for years. I've just got married. My wife's an only child too, and we both definitely want to have lots of children.
Tape script 8.8. Symptoms and diagnoses.
I can't stop coughing.
and blowing my nose.
You've got a cold.
I've got a fever, and my whole body aches.
You've got flu.
It hurts when I walk on it.
You've got a twisted ankle.
I keep going to the toilet.
You've got diarrhea.
My glands are swollen and it hurts when I swallow.
You've got a sore throat.
I keep being sick, and I've got terrible diarrhea.
You've got food poisoning.
I start sneezing and itching when I'm near a cat.
You've got an allergy.
Tape script 8.9. At the doctor's.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, I haven't felt well for a few days. I've had a bad headache, and now I've got a sore throat.
Any sickness or diarrhea?
Well, I haven't been sick.
Do you feel hot?
Yes, especially at night. I feel hot and I start coughing when I lie down.
Okay, I'll just take your temperature. Yes, you do have a bit of a fever. Now, let me see your throat. Open your mouth wide, please.
Can you see anything?
Yes, your throat looks very red. Does this hurt? And your glands are swollen. You just have a bit of an infection. You need antibiotics. Are you allergic to penicillin?
No, I'm not.
Good. Now, you should take things easy for a couple of days, and you must drink plenty of liquids. I'll write you a prescription.
Thank you. Do I have to pay you?
No. But you'll have to pay for the prescription. It's £7.20.
Right. Thanks very much. Goodbye.